like MJ could guard you?
Hell no. No.
You know he is one of the. They say one of the greatest defense.
Welcome back to my
No,
channel,
I'm not
sports
looking for
fans.
that. I just don't
Welcome
think he
back.
can guard me.
Okay, let's get into this one right here. You heard Anthony Edwards, what he said just now. Well, Chris Broussard got caught capping for Anthony Edwards on what, the Odd Couple, I think it is. That's what he's saying. He said that he got in touch with Michael Jordan, and Michael Jordan told him that it was some similarities about his game and Anthony Edwards' game. What? There was some similarities about Anthony Edwards' game and Michael Jordan's game. Now, first, let me say this. Where's the audio? Where is the audio? Just because you're Chris Broussard and you're on Fox, you've been on ESPN, you're supposed to be so knowledgeable, and we can't even trust this guy. This guy puts LeBron as the second greatest player of all time when he's been having the most meltdowns of all times. Had 3 super teams, can't stay at one home, only 2 statistical titles in, 21 years, right? And we're supposed to take Chris Broussard serious? Come on, bro. This guy don't know nothing about basketball. He tries to be this basketball god and have all this knowledge and all this. Like, dude, tell us, how come you didn't have the recording, right? First of all, second of all, was it a text message? You said you talked to Michael Jordan on the phone. Was it a text or was it a real call? Okay. Next, if Michael Jordan said that they're similar as far as style, what is he talking about? He must be talking about dunking the ball, right? Not the hang time, not the finishing or nothing like that. We're talking about dunking the ball, right? And you could say that about a whole bunch of basketball players that came in after Michael Jordan, right? You could even say Michael Jordan what was like Dr. J. Dr. J was the first high flyer, right? That we know of doing that type of style of dunking. Not the first dunker, the first high flyer that was doing that style of dunking. Let me know if I'm wrong. But when we talk about similar styles, we could talk about Vince Carter. We could talk about Richard Jefferson. He was a good dunker back in the day. We could talk about Kobe Bryant. Even LeBron, as he's not a good dunker. I don't consider him like one of the top dunkers, or even in the top 10. But as much as LeBron dunked early in his career, LeBron had better dunks early in his career when he was in Cleveland, right? Even when he was in Miami. So I haven't even seen this guy, the Ant-Man, do anything on LeBron's level. You might want to go back and look at LeBron's early years in Cleveland. Okay, this guy was dunking all over the place because we all know he really can't shoot. So his go-to moves were dunk or layups. So, I mean, we talk about Levine, we talk about Gordon. Anthony Edwards is not even on their level as far as dunkers, not even on Sean Kemp's level as far as dunkers. And we can go down the list as far as dunkers. So that whole argument is so stale and weak. We have, I see similarities in style. Come on, man. And look, I'm not trying to beat people up, but I just seen people making videos, which I was like, I just couldn't even believe it. Giving this guy, Anthony Edwards, any kind of props for being anything close to Michael Jordan. And what I will tell you right now, because a lot of people will play this dumb stuff. And they play the same thing with LeBron James. Oh, at this age, at this age, at this age, at this age. You know what I'm saying? When you come into the league 2 or 3 years earlier than somebody, especially in an era that's weak. No defense in this era, and you come in this era, I don't want no excuses. I don't want to. Oh, Michael Jordan was 22 when he came. 21 or 22 when he came in the league. Anthony Edwards was 19. LeBron, he was 18. Well, you said you was ready, and the era is weak now. There's no defense. You should be able to score more points per game, grab more rebounds per game, grab more steals, more assists, all this stuff. Why are we doing this? And I don't even pump LeBron James like that. But the fact that this guy Anthony Edwards hasn't even done what LeBron has did his first 4 years, what's the excuse? Anthony Edwards came in a year after LeBron as far as age, right? LeBron came right out of high school. What? And you trying to compare this guy to Michael Jordan? LeBron kills this guy in his first 4 years. Not even close. Not even close. We consider LeBron, let's see, his first 4 years, we consider this guy, I won't say his rookie year, but everything past his rookie year, we consider LeBron a top 5 player in the league, right? We consider LeBron a top 5 player in the league. And by the time he got to year 4, he was in the NBA Finals. Even though I think it's kind of suspicious and weak, and the competition is weak, I think this era's competition in 2020 is even weaker, right? So you guys are making a stupid comparison when you compare this guy to Michael Jordan, who led his team in 4 statistical categories in his rookie season and played great teams his first 4 years in the league. So that's where I take it. I look at the first 4 years. Anthony Edwards has been in the league. This is his 4th year. Jordan was setting records in his 2nd year off of a broken foot. The next year, we know what he did: 200 plus steals, 100 plus blocks, 37 points per game. Hey, that didn't even get you an MVP or defensive team, right? So he had to go to the next year. What was that year? What was that? Year 4. Yeah, that was year 4. He followed that up with the same kind of performance. We know what he did in '88. So stop trying to compare. 22 at 22 and 21. No, this guy's been in the league this is his 4th season. It's his 4th season. When did he come into the league as a rookie and it was difficult? So when I think Anthony Edwards came in 2020, was that the bubble season? Even 2021, it wasn't that difficult. If LeBron came in the league scoring 20 a game back in '03, a slow pace era, right? And the next season, he put up 27, 7, and 7, and it's been like that ever since then. So you guys are doing this guy an injustice by comparing this dude to Michael Jordan. Now, can this guy be great? Okay, that's fine. Let this guy be great, but let him be his own dude. You guys are destroying this guy's name. Let him live off of himself. You know, they did the same thing with LeBron James. Let this guy live off of himself. At least we knew Kobe Bryant, he wanted to be like Mike. He let everybody know that he wanted to be like Mike, the way he talked, the way he walked, everything, the way his whole game. He wanted to be like Michael Jordan. I don't remember the tongue being out, but other than that, he told us personally that he wanted to be like Michael Jordan. And if you want to be like Michael Jordan, you got to go out there and have the qualities and the skills that a Michael Jordan had. And Kobe Bryant, they say he is the closest thing to Michael Jordan because he was. His game was like Michael Jordan. And I can tell you what, you got to give Kobe credit for doing this because he played I think in a softer era. You know what I'm saying? They got rid of hand checking, elbows in the back in the post, and, rougher play and stuff like that starting in 2005. So you got to give Kobe credit because he really didn't have to keep playing like that, shooting all these crazy fadeaways and, playing like Michael Jordan had to do because the defense was more stiffer back in those days, the 80s and the 90s and stuff like that. Even when he came back, even when he went to Washington, the defense was stiffer. That's why he was doing a lot of fadeaways. Well, I wouldn't say that. That's the way he was playing because he got older. Because that's what he did at the end of the last three-peat. He was more fadeaway Jordan footwork, and that's my favorite Jordan. You ever want to see it? I won't even talk about that. The greatest shooter of all time. Those 3 years, you've never seen nothing like it in your life. It's not Durant. It's not Curry. It's just these crazy off-balance long shots with footwork, just keeping dudes off balance, not wasting nothing wasted. The dude ain't gonna sit there and dribble. He just gonna attack you and keep you off balance and hit these crazy shots. I mean, like I said, if you want to see the greatest shooter of all time, go back and look at highlights of Michael Jordan, 96 season, 97 and 98 season. That's all you got to see. It's just mind blowing. But when we was growing up, we got used to it. We was like, oh, that's just Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? We just thought, okay, only Michael Jordan could do this. Michael Jordan was hitting all these crazy shots, and even when he wasn't Air Jordan, we thought, okay, that's Michael Jordan. That's what he's supposed to do. And then when he retired, we kind of took it for granted. You know what I'm saying? Because we didn't never think he was going to retire, even though he retired one time. But you never think a guy's going to retire on top like that. You think, man, most people retire after they're on the bottom. They can't do it no more. And we just took it for granted, and we haven't really seen it yet. That type of discipline on the court, that type of style and stuff. No, nobody's just never seen it. You can't compare. You can't compare eras. I've already said that in my other videos. You just got to stop it. But let's talk about this some more right here. So Anthony Edwards doesn't have an All NBA team. Doesn't have any kind of accolades, and he's in his fourth season. I guess he'll get some this season. He could at least got a third team by now. He wasn't Rookie of the Year. He went to international games and got rolled. Look, if I'm not mistaken, Luka came in at 19, like a year after this guy right here, Anthony Edwards. And guess what? Luka has 4 All NBA first teams. I think he's been on the All-Star team like 4 times. Look, not third team, not second team, first team. 4 of them, if I'm not mistaken. Or if it's 3, I'm pretty sure it's 4. He was the Rookie of the Year. How come Anthony Edwards wasn't the Rookie of the Year? Who was Rookie of the Year that year? I'm not for sure. But everything is just an excuse for this guy. Right now, he's just growing into his potential to a great player. And there's nothing wrong with it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. You see a lot of it. A lot of guys get better as they go. Right? Luka didn't make a first team when he was a rookie. We knew he was going to be great. But that's another thing is, when you got these international plumbers that are better than you, something is wrong. Something is wrong when they can average 30 points, all these rebounds, and can't even jump off the floor. What's going on? And all these assists. What's going on? So, if you want to hold this dude Anthony Edwards to a Michael Jordan standard, that's the standard, right? What are we talking about? That's the standard. Don't tell me, oh, he's been doing this lately. He's been doing that lately. That's fine. Let him do that lately, but he hasn't did it all of his career. He hasn't even showed that he was even close to Michael Jordan his whole career. Stop using well, he came in earlier. He said he was ready. He said he was ready for the NBA. And damn right, you're ready for a weak NBA. This should be the time when you're coming in at 19 years old and taking advantage of this weak era. Putting up these stats, putting up these accolades and stuff like that. Right? That's what Luka did. So what are we talking about? I don't ever want to hear this guy being compared to Michael Jordan. Never. Never, ever, ever, ever. Okay, I want to hear him being compared to himself. And if he becomes great, I want to hear people comparing another dude to him. I mean, they're making themselves look ridiculous if they're not even using LeBron. You guys are saying LeBron is the first or second best player of all time. That's what the media says. And they're not going to give this guy, compare him to LeBron. Wouldn't you want to compare this guy to LeBron that's still playing? Why wouldn't you want to do that? And people be like, oh, no, LeBron had more rebounds and more assists. Do you know what Jordan had? More blocks, more steals, better defense, better scoring, all this stuff. So, like I said, it would be best to try to compare this dude to LeBron James. But they're just so desperate and hungry because they know what they already did to the game. They've destroyed the game as far as bringing in Americans. If they wanted this to be an American-led NBA, that's what they would have. But no, they want all these international players in it so they can get international ratings, so they can sell merch internationally. So you took out the great American players. And the way they did that, they had to take out the physicality, right? And a lot of times they took out the X's and O's from the game. So other people can come to this country and dominate. And it's just not, them coming from over there. They've been coming over here too to college. You can go to college. It's full of international players. Don't try to, this ain't the same, NBA where you're trying to throw a Michael Jordan amongst international players. Michael Jordan would destroy international players. Okay. And you'd be kicking Americans in the butt. Let's get this back. Another thing is too with this fake GOAT debate. If we're comparing Anthony Edwards solely based on his athleticism to Michael Jordan, it's pretty much a laugher. But if we were to do that, how come this guy hasn't reclaimed the dunk contest? Where's the dunk contest? I'm Anthony Edwards, and I'm the next Michael Jordan, or I'm this athletic. Let me go back and reclaim, and get the crown back from this plumber, Matt McClone. Matt McClone, let me get this crown back, bring it back home to the NBA, because he's taking it to the D League, right? Matt McClone is taking the crown back to the D League. Where's Anthony Edwards saying, let me bring the crown back to the NBA? I'm the next Michael Jordan. Let me show these dudes what's going on. Where's the dunk contest? And I'm sick of hearing these people talking about, oh, we're scared to fail. If I'm not mistaken, Michael Jordan lost his first dunk contest. Came back and won 2 in a row. So what are we talking about? And the first one he won was off of a broken foot the year before. So what are we talking about? Like Michael Jordan said, he wasn't scared to fail. That's why he was so successful. He wasn't scared to fail. These players, led by LeBron James, are scared to fail. That's why LeBron has a podcast right now, because he knows once he retires, his image is going to fade and fail, just like all these other dudes that was compared to Michael Jordan. And LeBron has set the bar so low now, 27, 7, and 7, right? With 2 statistical accolades in 21 seasons, 4 and 6 in the finals, numerous meltdowns, choke jobs, and all this stuff. So the bar that LeBron has left is very low. And he knows that. It's going to be easy for people to pass him up that comes from after him. So you guys tell me what you think, man. For me to even have to spend time on this madness is just a joke. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm not trying to diss this guy, but he's got to be his own man first and show us something that he can do before he can be compared to Jordan. I want you. This guy ain't even on LeBron's level, Hakeem's level, Wilt, Russell, Magic, all these guys. So tell me what you think.